Well, it is, well, for me it's important. I'm sure it's the same for you, but it's for the planet, really.
Yeah.
Because if we don't do it, we'll get in trouble. So yeah, it's a case of trying to do a little bit more.
We're trying to get the things that are as much recyclable as possible. And yeah, mostly it's just for the planet. And just realizing that we have the smallest impact as possible, basically. We're trying to do a zero waste challenge for a week because of it's really hard because we had like all this stuff at home, all this plastic, and started to be sick about them. So since we did that, Lola enrolled me because the thing which is now I really embraced it. No, because I really embraced it now.
I understand you made your own toothpaste. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that for? Is that new, or have you been doing it?
It's pretty new. So it started also with the fact that I've turned vegan about 3 years ago, which is also part of the process. So my main concern was animal welfare, obviously, but then the second major thing was the fact that it's a big environmental issue. We've been to a Veolia recycling plant a year ago for an open day.
That's good.
And it's crazy. Like you realize how much. Yeah, I had a little bit of a nervous breakdown afterwards. I was like, oh, everything is packaged.
Yeah.
Governments and manufacturers and companies also need to jump on the bandwagon and produce products and services that are designed to be like circulating in a healthy way. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's really cool. It looks great. Christmas present.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It will be something that we were considering, at least.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll look at it.
But you would have to have space again.
Yeah, we've got there. Look. It would be great there.
Fits.
We've got our 2 bins there.
But yes, obviously there's the money question. You really want to know how much that costs, and if it's not something that you would be able to buy yourself, would you be able to gather with friends or neighbors to buy in common and do and use it. Like, we live in a very nice residence where there's probably a couple of 100 flats here.
Yeah.
I mean, having a couple of those would not be a massive, I don't know how much it costs, but if it was a substantial amount of money, having 3, 4 would not be a massive investment for a community.
Yeah, the problem is, yeah, I think we would be able to potentially convince half the flats there.
Oh, for sure. Easily.
But then we have the others that just,
but they still
just
use
drop on the floor. So you have recycling everything for me. And
it looks pretty.
It looks pretty, yeah.
Okay.
That wouldn't be something you would be ashamed to put in your
living
flat,
room,
in your living room, or even in your common areas.
Put a plan on it and boom, here we go.
Okay.
Ease of recycling. It's just like, so we put this little thing to explain what we can put into that bin. So people don't really know. So and sometimes we even don't know. So like Lola turned on me, it's like, do I put this in there? I'm like, no, yeah, and sometimes yes, sometimes no. So it just remove there's no anxiety, but it removes the pain of knowing what to recycle. That's basically it. So you just put it there. The great if the machine say that's not good, and therefore you just put it in another one. But if it say okay, it's done, cool, great, I don't have to think about it, and that would be the number one thing, because no one knows.
Yeah.
Can I ask everyone here that don't know?
It's proper guidance. Yeah. It's peace of mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, peace of mind, and guidance, and having this also like quite pretty and interesting looking appliance.
Yeah.
Is doing the job for you.
So everything goes through the loop and it's all great. So therefore I know I don't have to make an effort, but at the same time I feel good about myself. And it's a status thing at the end because it looks great into my flat, and my friends come in and say, oh,
what is it?
What is that thing? I'm gonna tell you a story about this.